This is a 1956 Chevrolet 3100 short bed pickup truck. It's got the old original foot pedal starter. And I'm going to drive it while I'm holding the camera. Oops, let me put it in first gear. Great running engine. This is an all original matching numbers truck. So it's a 6-cylinder with a 3-speed on the column. The speedometer cable is actually making a little bit of noise back there in the behind the dash. So maybe couple of little things that would want to be addressed on this. And that might be one of them. I'll tell you one thing though. This what's really cool is the original wipers work. Of course, they're vacuum, so they work slow, but they do work. It's kind of cool. Original 6-cylinder engine, runs awesome. Really good, healthy sounding. Of course, you hear those solid lifters. I remember when I first started doing this, I thought these were diesels. Old solid lifters sound like that. Original oil bath air filter, which is very cool. This one's also got the original oil filter on it. It has been upgraded. It's a 12-volt system, but it's still got the old school Delco Remy 12-volt generator on it. Inner fender wells are beautiful and rust free. Firewall's been painted, but probably an older part of the older paint job on it. Inner fender wells look awesome. On the outside, the truck has got a brand new paint job on it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could keep this one. Honestly, my wife and I were just commenting on, of all the colors out there for a classic automobile, this is probably one of our favorites. This has got a brand new set of BF Goodrich white walls on it. These are radial white walls. And if you know anything about these radial white walls, you'll know that they're very expensive. But they just drive so much better than the old school style white walls, which are bias ply tires. Those things just suck. They steer all over the road. So brand new paint. It's got a new set of wheels with new hubcaps, new tires. This paint job is absolutely gorgeous. Now the white part of the paint is not brand new. It's a couple of years old, so it's got a couple of little, spots on the bumper and stuff like that, but wouldn't take much to touch that up. But all of the blue from bumper to bumper is brand new. Literally just picked it up from the paint shop. It hasn't even been wet sanded or buffed, and paint just laid down like glass on this truck. A couple of rust repairs were done, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's got a wood bed in the back, old oak, and pulling that out and sanding it, or taping it off, sanding it and restaining it, you'd have a brand new looking bed. So wouldn't take much. On the interior, doors open and close well. Windows are all in good shape. They roll up and down easily. I believe the glass is not too old on this truck, at least on the back windows and on the sides. Weather stripping appears to be newer. Does have a few of the typical windshield scratches on the windshield, but there's no cracks on the windshield. It's got an old headliner. This is the original seat, and it does have a tear here. $165. I found the new seat cover with the hog rings. You can see that this is original, and so not an expensive fix to do. And honestly, I regret, while we had this at the paint shop, I wish I would have pulled the bench and had it covered. About $250 at any upholstery shop, and you have a brand new bench, and then the interior of this truck would look amazing. So don't let that keep you from buying it. We can negotiate the price a little bit, and make sure you guys get, whoever buys this truck gets to get a brand new seat cover to go with it. So uncompromised dash, which I love. Radio delete. Nice smooth dash. I'm trying to think. I know that some of the gauges work. I believe the temp gauge works, the fuel gauge works. Like I said, the the speedometer cable actually is loose, and so it's kind of making that little winding sound. You can hear it when I was driving, like wah, 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 wah. Sometimes that's not that hard, and you just have to get back there and reconnect it. Sometimes they need to be replaced. I'm not sure, but I will be honest, I'm pretty much done moving forward on this truck. I'll let the next person finish it off. Having put a brand new paint job was not something I was originally intending on doing. It had a few spots that I thought could just use some touch up. It had a couple of little rust spots I wanted to, just real small things that I wanted to address. And when we got to the paint shop, we just said, let's do it right. Let's fix everything. Let's paint it from bumper to bumper. And the next owner is just going to be really blessed by that. So really straight body, not perfect. This is no show truck, but this is a beautiful driver. There are a few rust spots on the underneath, but this is not a rusty bucket truck. These are typical rust spots for these trucks. There's a little bit of rust here. That's the one spot. Your step ups on this truck are in good shape. Nice clean step ups. Cab corners have been replaced with steel on the outside and have a little bit of Bondo on the inside. Frame rails are in great shape. Original floor pans are in good shape. That's original floor pans right there. I mean, really good looking. So it's not unusual to have that rust in the back of the cab corners. A little bit of rust here just on the lower part of right there, the fender. Well, the rest of that is also some undercoating, and it's a little bit wet because we just washed the tires. Rust free in the back. Underneath you have an original style spare tire, and nice, just clean. In fact, actually, look at that wood. You could just unscrew this and flip that wood over and you'd have a nice looking bed, which is a testimony to this truck being an original low miles truck, and also to being garaged and kept indoors. So here again, a little bit of rust here, not bad. There's a leaf or two, a couple of leaves. And then the rear cab corner on this side as well has just a little bit of rust in it. Let's see, a couple of spots here. So these just kind of still got your typical spots. Of course, somebody's put a little bit of fiberglass on it here, cleaned it up, you know, sprayed it. There's your step up there, and some rust in the. So like I said, this is no rusty bucket truck. Solid frame rails, original floor pans in great shape underneath. All the frame underneath is in good shape. And we have superficial surface rust, and nobody's come down underneath there and wire wheeled it and sprayed anything to cover anything up, so at least you know what you're getting. Nice clean inner fender wells. So obviously what we call this something like I would call this a very minimal rust truck. Just a few little spots, definitely nothing to keep it from being a driver. A few spots that you'd want to you'd probably want to repair if you wanted to make a show truck out of it. But to me, this I would never want to try and take this truck to that level, because for the value of it, for the price that we're asking, this is a great daily driver condition truck. You can jump in this thing, drive it at Home Depot, run around in it. The brakes work good, all the lights work, the brake lights work. Like I said, the original style wipers work. Of course, they're vacuum, so I would put some Rain-X on there or switch over. But you know, this truck's for sale at PeachtreeClassicCars.com, and our phone number is 678-908-6006.